Hello guys, welcome to the live streaming session, and in this revision session we have to just revise our update route and our delete route. How to we can create our delete and update route and how it's gonna work in our to-do application. Okay. We have not getting live yesterday because of I am getting an assignment from college and I have literally so busy to building that and working on assignment. Okay, so I don't have sufficient time go live, but I have just today I just completed it, so I just come here and go live. Okay, so implement the let's implement. Okay, just simply cd send okay. Okay, so it is in the div where we have just simply entered a, it is for description, this is a label for description, and we have just also write it there, and we have just designed the label in the add task css है ना. You can just simply check it and add task css where it's just like okay, we have styled the label here from dot form group, and it is a label and it is all styled, and that's it. And enter task description is a placeholder, and on change to whatever we have right there, it will be targeting using an task data description. Okay, e dot target dot value. Okay, and then we have whenever this user with button on submit, ठीक है. यहाँ पे क्या है, जब भी मैं राइट करूँगा इट विल बी टारगेटिंग ई डॉट टारगेट पे, ठीक है. ठीक है, दिस विल बी टारगेटिंग, ठीक है. ऑन चेंजेस पे सेट टास्क डेटा का ये होगा, सेट से ई डॉट आर्टिकल पे जाएगा, ई डॉट डिस्क्रिप्शन पे डॉट डिस्क्रिप्शन पे जाएगा. शुड वी जस्ट इम्प्लीमेंट date here as well? Should we add to add date? Yes, we can. So now let's implement date. So whatever user write it, we can they also mention the date of the username. ठीक है. Okay, let's creating a for title. ठीक है. Let's creating for no a date. Just first thing we have to just, I don't want any suggestion, right? So let's go to and there. This music is irritating. Just close this music. ठीक है. Okay, so now let's implement the date section here. Okay, so what we have just simply do, we just simply go to the date and just create it blank. Okay, and here we just need to create a label. Okay, we just simply have to implement a label that is div for from group, and it is a from group div. So we just simply copy this and paste it here. And here we can see that we have creating a new task, and we have just simply uh, enter date, select date, select date. Okay, so here it is in select date section, and we have select the section DAE date. Okay, so we have just simply whatever we have select here, and just simply add task. We have a database that will also save the date of that task. Okay, so set task data पे हम इसको set कर देंगे not title. We have set the date is e dot target dot value. ठीक है. So whatever we have write not data, we have to just write down date. ठीक है. Okay, so date यहाँ पे select हो जाएगी. Whatever we have write the date here. Whenever we click on add task, is our task is created? Let me check and just go to the console. Here we can see the title and description are required. ठीक है. So we just simply write the title and description and just click to add task. Here we can see that our task is successfully created. But when we just go there, here is nothing. We can see our date because date is not stored because we have not designed in the schema. So we just simply go to the deadline and we just simply creating a database of just, I think I need some suggestion because I'm never creating a section of date. Go to date. Okay, type should be a date, a default date now. ठीक है. So let's go to there and add task, and we simply our schema successfully created. ठीक है. Whatever user write it, it will be stored in there. And now we just simply go to our Node.js and on create task we have to implement a wait is a start server. We have a server that will create task. So get single task, get all task, home root. So what we have just created a get all task. Just simply go to that add task list, and we have to just simply post data in there. So okay, now we just go to an update. It will not show there, but add to list. Is the day 7 of streaming, and this is the the description of task 7. Okay, we have just write down. Okay, we don't focusing on too heavy words right now. Okay, we have to just simply go it. Okay, nobody is right now watching it. Actually, I think I have getting no impression today's. Is actually I just getting a 15 already living for the 13 minute, and there is only two views. Is getting a no impression today. Just I need to check it. I have to just go it. Okay, that is an analysis section, and just go to that our go to content, and here I can get my live streaming session, and I just need to check my analytics, and here I can see that uh okay your browser, and just go to the reach, and okay, so we have don't getting impression from YouTube side. I have getting only two impression. What is this YouTube? I just getting a no impression today. Why it is not getting impression to then another? If nobody just like watching live, just like ki it's feel ki I'm just talking to myself. Otherwise, just don't worry. I have just to still, but I have to just continue and streaming learn in public. If nobody watching me, don't worry. I'm watching myself still. Okay. So how to just like select and date? So I can just simply go to here and select the date and just click and add task. The task should be added. Okay. But we have to just select the e dots task data, and whatever we have user added, it will be stored in there. But index.js we have getting this route. ठीक है, but task was successfully, but get a single task. It will be used for get fetching a single task. It is for you for delete task. Where is the route that we have just getting for to add task? Task data, okay. And let's go to there and add task कर दिया, ठीक है. And here you can see that task is successfully added. We now just simply go to inspect, and here I can just check it, the title and date. Okay, date is also added in there. Okay, so we have to just now just simply show it into an to-do list as well. So first thing we have to just go to the task list. Okay, not to task list names. Have to go in the task list here, and here we can see our all the tasks is there. So we just after the description we should need to add a date section. So after the description we just simply write a th and a date section. ठीक है, date section, and there we have just simply entered the date where it is in. Okay, it is an action. There is a title and description, and after the description we have to add a task. Okay, cd and item dot date dot time. We're just giving an entire date and time section. How we can just simplify? They will just giving in structured and good manner. It's look dirty, right? I think all selected, not one selected because I have to implement the task as well. ठीक है. Hello, hello, buddy. Hello, Anuj Mundal. How are you, bro? Okay, we have getting a one vote, and up they said ki did you code today? And no. Why are you not code, bro, today? Why you don't coding today? Okay, that's okay. Delete button. Okay, here. And whenever we just click on delete it, an entire task will be deleted. Okay, and we have just simply there task title will be also assigned. Okay, so state station is okay. Put index dot console. Okay, it's an object created, and the time and title is here. स्कीमा पे कुछ डिजाइन कर सकते हैं क्या? Just creating another task. Okay, just creating another task, and the task name is just simply write dot. Not need to write a dot. We just simply write a this is our. वहां पे कितने थे? दो टास्क थे ना, तो this is our third task. Okay, and this is this is the description of task 3, and just implement. There will be just default time का नहीं आएगा टाइप. अगर मैं इसका ये कर देता हूँ, इसको डिफॉल्ट रहेगा नो, है ना, नाउ. डॉट नाउ को करेंगे तो फिर वो डिफॉल्ट नाउ हो जाएगा. ठीक है, इट्स ओके. एंड जस्ट क्लिक ऑन ऐड टास्क. हाँ. Can you suggest me anything? I'm in a first year. Bro, if you are a first year student, my suggestion is for you just learn development and go and don't go so too deep. Learn DSA from now because AI can write so much good code. So you just need to becoming a problem solver. So I think doing development is good option, but focus on DSA most of the time. Okay, DSA you just need a development to just build a project. But at the end, if you have targeting and go to the interview, they're just mostly asking technical questions. So just focus on DSA most of the time. Okay, if you have just targeting to study, just giving 1 hour, मतलब 2 hour on 2 hour on development and 3 hour on DSA. That's it. ठीक है. And just कि don't take thing मतलब casually and कि बाद में कर लूँगा. I think if you have just in first year, just take the advantage and just finish the most of the time and this the development at DSA in your first and second year, so you can and once you have completed, just go and apply for the job and interview. Okay, just don't wait to complete it. If you have just if you have a basic knowledge, you can still apply for the jobs and getting an internship interview. Okay, don't wait to be a perfection. कि when I just perfect in everything, then I apply. Just start learning, build in public and just showcase and just start. ठीक है. द मोर यू द जितना जल्दी स्टार्ट करोगे उतनी जल्दी मतलब ये है कि तुम्हें एक्सपीरियंस मिलेगा फेल का या पास का. ओके, तो जस्ट करते रहो बाकी. अरे तबीयत खराब हो रखी है, दिमाग चल नहीं रहा, पता नहीं भाई साहब. ये छोटे से कोड में एरर आ रहा. ओके, एंड हियर इट इज अ डेट. ठीक है, सो डेट को हम इसको कैसे सेट कर सकते हैं. सो ये डेट पे आ चुका है यहाँ पे एंड हियर इट इज एन index.js. ठीक है. With a task list. Okay, and let's check the delete function, how the delete function is work. Here is the delete function, and whenever you click and map function, when map function is given id of an element. Okay, and it will be stored in there, and we have just simply build a function of delete task. Okay, so it is a function of get list data. Okay, and this function is just simply fetch the data from the task. Okay, this is simply used to fetch the data from the database, whatever you see. Okay, and here is our function, a delete function, and how it's work. Okay, whenever you just click on that function. Okay, here we are, whenever you can see the cursor. Whenever I click on this delete function, it has given id to this function. Okay, and this id will be stored in that id, and now we have just simply write a try catch to just handle an error, and here we just create a response variable and just go to that task and id. Okay, task is just like they have all the task in that root. Okay, all the task is in that root. Okay, you can simply just go to the index.js, and here you can see the tasks. Where is the task section? Here you can see a task. Okay, here it is in tasks. It's a single task. Here is a task. Okay, it is in root that fetch the data from database. Okay, so whenever we have just targeting this root, here you can see that uh just find, and the find method is just used to find the entire task. Okay, in this particular route we have just simply go to find, and it will be just send all the data. Okay, and here you can just simply what is the use of function, just go to the cursor. What is the use of function model? Here you can just simply check it. Okay, it's okay bro, but I just key na, if you are just like who a person who just struggling to speak कॉन्फिडेंटली, ठीक है। इफ यू हैव डोंट हैव गुड कम्युनिकेशन skills, so focus on your communication skill as well, ठीक है। because I am so lagging in this particular thing, ठीक है, and I that's the reason of that I'm not selected in some interviews, ठीक है। I don't think I'm not selected in any interview, I just don't selected in some interview because of lack of communication, ठीक है। so just if you are from your first year, just start to speak English a lot and just build genuine connection and just focus on your communication along with your coding skill, ठीक है। because at the end if you have a great communication skills, that's uh that's help you to just grab so many opportunities. what is the use of what is the use of find method in model mongoose what is use of find in mongoose find method is used to retrieve document from database collection based on condition, ठीक है। what is return always return an array if no document match, return an empty array if does not return a single object, ठीक है। they just simply used to method is used to query multiple document from the database, ठीक है। we just use the dot find method to extract the all the datas, all the documents from the collection, okay, simple as that। and here we can see okay, that's it, ठीक है। and this is where it is our working is a task list, ठीक है। so we go to simply that route and just enter a id, ठीक है। whenever you click that id will be stored, it will go to simply this route, ठीक है। and whenever this route we have just send the request method, ठीक है। if you have any request, if you have sent any request from frontend to backend, you put the method to what kind of request you have to perform, so you can just simply delete, update, put, okay, there's a multiple method, okay, but mainly we have just using four, get, post, update, and patch or delete, okay, this is a 4 to 5 method that are mostly used, and that will be cover almost your 80 90% of your task, okay। and here it is in data and await response.json, what they simply do, what the our what kind of data, okay, the data will be in a JSON format, and we just simply await response.json, so whatever we have data we have just sending there, it will be getting in a JSON format, so we just simply, I think we have to just go to here inspect and console, okay, and just clear it, and just go to the whenever we have just created to delete button, here you can see that item deleted, okay, it will be selected here, but what if we have just to se- console the data, okay, console the data as well, log, okay, here is a log and just enter the data, okay, and here you can see that the data that what have we selected, it will be show it here, so whenever you click on delete it, and here you can see that the all the data we have getting from there, okay, our task, a title and description, and what is created and updated at, okay, actually I think we have getting a date as well, okay, here you can see that we have just date also, okay. Okay, so that's also a reason that's why you doing the live stream. Yes, bro. That's the main reason that's why I'm starting a live streaming. And if you're just focusing so much, will just understand that key I have lacking and just and feel underconfident while talking sometimes. If you observe that, you can just because it's sometimes it's normal. It's not a big issue. Sometimes it can be fixed, but we have just need to just focusing on and practicing for 2 to 3 months, and I just realized ki I can. Okay. Okay, so that's also the reason why you're doing the live streaming. Huh, bro, this is an exactly reason. Okay. I will just said this is the that's the reason that's why I'm starting a live stream. Okay. And here you can simply see that only are two viewers just watching my streaming session, and I'm still talking and just said because this is the only working method that I can use on myself to just improve every single day. And I like this. Okay, so just if you have a problem, just find your own solution, and I choose this method. If you have any another method, just tell me that I can implement as those method as well. Okay, so here it is in delete task, and that's first thing you have to just creating two some few tasks, just like a task list का है list here, ठीक है list, this is the third task, this is the third task, ठीक है just simply write task one description one, ठीक है add task, go to add task there, and here it is a 2 and TI title 2. Should we need to focusing on typo mistake at task? Okay, okay. So here it is, and our data is also successfully created. ठीक है. So we have four data here. Okay. I just struggle. I just thought ki why our YouTube is not suggesting and sending an impression to another viewers. Because I just reaching is very low. It is just two impressions. Just wait and refresh. Okay, we have just 43 impression. Okay. Now it's just sending an impression. Okay, bro. Just now it's sending. Bro, my communication is also so bad. ठीक है हाँ bro, if your communication is also so bad, so bro focusing on इस चीज को इतना lightly मत लो. If you just said कि I'm an introvert guy and it's okay to be, I I'm not good in communication, so just don't make this your weakness. So just focusing on this skill as well, ठीक है? Because if you the more you good communicator, the more you opportunity you get. That's it. ठीक है? Because this is if you have just doing and you have just planned to I'm doing a freelancing and my own startup and my own self-employed business, so you have to just if you have doing this kind of thing actually you need a good communication skill, okay? Because good communication skill just build your good confidence, and just good confidence is just help you to in real life. That's it, okay? So just focusing on communication skill, okay? If you are just taking lightly to your communication, it's getting danger for you in future. So just focusing on, because I just face this problem now, but I'm working on this thing, and I just sure ki it will be fixed in just few months. But I have just need to be a consistent and just try. The more I try, the more chances that I can improve my communication, and the more I better everything. Okay, and just like keep, and I just don't, and my voice quality and just like ki don't give any energy and power, because just like ki from the morning I have just building, I just created a two assignment of my colleges, and still I'm just not getting enough sleep yesterday, so that's why my voice is just sound like this. ठीक है? And थोड़ा सा fever भी है, so it's okay, but don't worry, just I can handle it. ठीक है? Hustle culture है ना, so I just follow hustle culture. And here it is, and delete route, and whatever you just simply said, whenever we click on that delete, the ID will be passed in there, and it is an send a request delete method, ठीक है? And console dot log पे हम wait आता है, and if response is okay, that will be show there and this there, ठीक है? And now the main thing is, when if I we have sent the request to that route, ठीक है? If we have sent the request on that route, what happen in exactly a backend route? So we just simply go here, and let me just check delete route. ठीक है? Here you can see that a delete task. It is a app dot delete and tasks and ID. ठीक है? Task is ID is just like कि whatever a user write it here. Here you can see that just update task. No update task. Here is the task list, and here is index.js. ठीक है? So here you can see uh response का है ठीक है ये here you can see that is a local task ठीक है this completely route hit there ठीक है it will be a default because we have already assigned a local host ठीक है on port there so it will be just default and here we just simply pass the task and id and task as id is here and you can see that where it is an id and here we have just created our route what our route is performed on the basis of that question okay so is anybody has a question related to just like ki, anuj who just asking me some few questions so you can also ask me a question okay I'm here to just like ki, if I can help I try and there is a task okay and it is in type of object is valid and id okay so if we can we actually need this code I don't think I need this code because valid it will just simply a valid task id just like you can already know we have don't go to here and just hash and type the code manually and we have just use a copy paste otherwise it will be the id will be send it from front end to back end so I think this code is just making the complexity by the way I've just still explain you this is an mongos okay and the function is object id okay they just check the object id it is and just also tagged as id and it will be checked from the mongoose database is valid id just let that's it. Okay, if we have just remove and just why we did clear just we just simply comment this code will still work okay here we just simply creating a delete task root and task dot find by id and delete okay so whatever use id here that will be getting in there and they will just simply find the id and delete it and remove it from the database okay and if not they just simply task not found if they don't find the id in that function in that method because they will deleted that document from using id okay if deleted task is just found it okay if not they just simply a task not found if yes they just simply return response message task deleted successfully task is equal to my deleted task ठीक है task is just like assign कर रखा है कि what task will be applied and successful and that's it ठीक है and you can see that we just simply go to inspect and console and we just delete this function again and here you can see that this will be currently deleted and our code is working successfully ठीक है you just simply see we just comment this code because it just don't make so much sense ठीक है but it's working okay is anybody here who just like who learning web development in 2026 because I am getting and watch so many views, so many memes who's learning web development in 2026. Is anybody getting this kind of meme who's learning web development in 2026? Okay, so that's it. ठीक है and we have understand our delete function ठीक है task list में अंदर गए whatever we have just click here id will be passed in that delete function and we just simply pass that id into that particular route and that route handle everything and what request is getting from the response हमें जो भी हमने ये इस पे आईडी भेजी है वो यहाँ पे एक रिक्वेस्ट भेजेगा रिस्पॉन्स में और रिस्पॉन्स में अगर जो हमें आ जाएगा तो यहाँ पे हम सिंपली लिख देंगे डेटा ठीक है जो रिस्पॉन्स क्या होगा इस टास्क की जाके आईडी पे जाएगा तो ठीक है सो जस्ट लाइक कि आवर we understand how we created a delete button and now just jump to a update button and once the update button is created we have just go just disconnect this live stream session because we have just like ki I need some rest I need some rest okay who's anybody who watching my streaming that's who have already subscribed my youtube channel and they commenting on my last streaming session because just like कि why I don't feel well कि मतलब views नहीं आ रही just like कि is 58 impression why just YouTube give me an only 58 impression to that and for the last streaming session they have giving me almost a more than कितने that is giving a more than a thousand but still just show okay No, no worries, dude. Okay, just go back to the track. Okay, ups and downs should come in this streaming session, but yours. Okay, so now just jump to what the update task and how update task is working. Okay, so here we can simply say that the task list we have created a button, a delete button here. You can see that we have created a delete button. Okay, and whenever this user go to that, you can simply delete it button, and on click with delete button function will be called, and it will be taking a id of item. Okay, here you can see that the task, and here it is an id, where it is an id, here you can see that it is an id, and underscore id and colon, and here is an id. Okay, so we just simply extract the id from here, and we just creating a button that will be classes, and it will be style in there. Okay, so that's over you. And whenever you just click on this button, okay, okay. We have just only focused on delete button again. Sorry, sorry, just my bad. I have to just focusing on update button. Okay, so it is an update button, and whenever you click on this button link to, it will be go to the update page. Okay, so here we can see that update we have already assigned update page, and we use the colon ID because the ID of our user is dynamically, it's always a different. Okay, whenever you click on this update button, the ID of that task is different and ID of their start is different. Okay, so we just use colon, so we can get the ID dynamically whenever it's changed. Okay, so we use that. It is an param in backend. Okay, and this is like a class, and whenever you click on this, you will simply go to that route, and here is our update route, update task route. So let's understand this update task route. Okay, and once we get it key how we can update this task route, we, if we have getting time, we have also understand how we use this select method in our front end and back end. Okay, so now we just simply go to there, and here you can see a const navigate, a use navigate. Okay, navigate is just like की a react router function. ठीक है, so we just simply import the navigate here. ठीक है, because whenever you click on there, it will be pass it here, है ना. अपडेट टास्क पे क्लिक करेंगे तो यहाँ पे नेविगेट हुआ है. आई थिंक वी शुड डोंट नीड दिस नेविगेट फंक्शन, बिकॉज अपडेट टास्क से तो हम कहीं नेविगेट कर ही नहीं रहे हैं. बाकी देखो, इफ यू जस्ट क्लिक ऑन अपडेट टास्क, ओके, हियर यू कैन सी दैट आवर ऑल टास्क इज लोडेड. ठीक है, and this is in task 1 and this is a description 1, and we can simply change it, but before changing it we have to just understand the code. ठीक है, here you can see a task data and set task data. ठीक है, it is a new state effect, whatever we have write here it will be here. ठीक है, and the styling will be in the task field. ठीक है, bro, in every live stream did you get same number of views? No, bro, I'm just getting more than 200 and 150 100 views, but today I just कि why I'm just not getting any enough impression, because you can, here you can see that I will just show you a live. ठीक है, I'm not a big creator, so I just show you a million views of dashboard. It is, and here you can see that there is a reach, and you can simply see YouTube sent me a 10,000 of impression. ठीक है, in the last 2 days. This is an 75 streaming session. Here you can see that YouTube sent me a 10,000 impression. But when I just compare to today, here you can simply see that our streaming is just getting almost 45 minutes, and they just send me a 58 impression. They just send me a 58 impression, bro. That's not make any sense. But Baki, don't worry, just like ki, we have just learned in public to just improve communication skills and on my technical skills. I'm not here to becoming a creator, okay? But just if I have getting an opportunity to becoming a creator, that's why I don't choose it this, है ना? तो just कि हाथ पाँव मारते रहो. बाकी local host and task ID, and ठीक है, we have a function root there, and here you can see that a value of इस टास्क डेटा डॉट टाइटल, टास्क डेटा डॉट टाइटल से वैल्यू क्या हुई कि हमारे पास जो भी डेटा हमें यहाँ से आ रहा है ना, here can just first thing we have to just need to see the use effect, because here you can see that when we click on there, this form is already filled. And how it's working, ठीक है, because it is an data that already filled, it will not remove, because we have fetched the data from the database as well in that update task, and then we perform operation. So here you can see that a use effect you have to just everybody know, it is just used to handle the side effect, and you can also call the function in there without, you have just need to write another code, ठीक है. So you can see that a fetch data dot task and id. So what id it will receive in there, we just simply go to that dot then and response dot json. We just simply getting a response dot json and convert that data, and you can see that a console log data. So we just simply fetch the data from that id, and here you can see the task. So we just go to the index.js, and here you can see that we have just created a route that used to getting a single task, and task and id and async and const id. And const id and request dot params and cost task equal to me await task find by id. So you can see that the task is there, and id is request dot param and cost task equal to me await task dot find by id. Okay, so it will just simply find by id, and if what id have they received, they just simply send the data to the task response. Okay, and we just simply here we just getting the data, ठीक है, then dot response will be converted that data into json format, then data and console log dot data, ठीक है, and set task data में हम क्या कर देंगे, टाइटल की वैल्यू कर देंगे data dot title data dot description, ठीक है. And here you can see that we have also a value, set the value of task dot data description and task data dot title, ठीक है, and it is an use effect हमने set कर रखा है, ठीक है. And the simple this code is just like to fetch the data from the database. And I think just need to update task, and it is in title, so we can just simply go to there and container, ठीक है. So now let's understand how this handle update function call, ठीक है. We just simply creating a response and just use a put method. You know that a put method we have used to update the data in currently database, and here it is that we just pass the type of data, it will be an application and json data, and body is equal to my json dot stringify task data, ठीक है. We can note कर लिया, and cost data में await a response, and whatever we have just write here, we just simply go to task one is updated and description one is updated, and we just simply go to that inspect and just the console, and here you can see that we have two objects that I have just created. But though this will be our data that will be passed from object, and whenever you click on update task, and here you can see the task will be updated successfully. Okay, and here you can see that our task one is updated and description one is updated. So that's it. Okay, so I hope you like this streaming session. If I have to just disconnect this streaming session because we have understand that how we can set up a add task functionality of update, delete, or uh, update, delete, or add to do list. ठीक है. So we have just functionality we have implemented. So bye bye. Take care.